Hello there, my beautiful Libra signs. It's Rachel with Dark Knight Coaching. Today's video is all about you, Libra. This is going to be messages to help you align with your highest best self, your highest best timeline. I start off by pulling a traditional Celtic cross spread for tarot, and then I dive into wisdom oracle cards and other cards that help you align and hopefully give you some messages that resonate with your energy and your vibe of what's going on right now. Now, before I get on camera, I meditate with your energy for a while. I sit with it and kind of read the tarot and see what happens. And I was listening to the song "It's Okay, I'm Okay" by Tate McRae, so that might be something that resonates. It was basically, the lyrics are about having to leave a man behind because he was being a sneaky snake, and you're just kind of moving on and just being like, you know what, you can have them, just take them. So I do feel like you're moving out of some sort of old cycle and you're pretty content with yourself, like a lot of happy energy, a lot of single energy, but a lot of good energy because you're seeing things from a different perspective. And it's like you're not letting someone else's actions or choices or decisions or bad behavior impact your energy, and that's just great to see for you, Libra. So maybe you do feel a little bit left out in the cold though, because that was kind of in your subconscious energy, but it's a good vibe. Okay, so let's dive right into your energy, Libra. I have the 10 of Cups for you. This is all about a legacy, emotional fulfillment, happiness, joy. This is your ideology of what your life long-term plan is going to look like. And this is just a very positive energy to have. So you're not letting outside sources affect your happiness level, and you're really working on yourself, because the challenge here is to put in the effort and the work on yourself. This is the 7 of Pentacles, which is all about is the juice worth the squeeze here? You know, even if I'm in this mode of independence, is it going to be worth it to not compromise parts of myself for someone else? And the answer is definitely, absolutely yes. And this is a victory. This is a success for you, because, you know, even if you feel left out in the cold by someone or something, some situation, it could even be a friendship. It doesn't have to be a love connection. It can just be setting healthy boundaries and knowing what you're going to put up with when it comes to friendship. It's just a positive card of celebration, because you have the 6 of Wands here. So 6 of Wands is celebrating yourself, celebrating the victory, the success, and sometimes that's just in knowing yourself, Libra. So that's just a positive, good energy. Now, in your recent past, you have the World card. This is a card of closure and balance and harmony and moving forward, and it's like you're ending some sort of karmic cycle or karmic chapter, and you're heading towards somewhere very positive. I like to think of the world as this balance with earth, air, water, fire, and it's just you have all of these elements, and it's finally closed a door, but there's a window opening, and it's another window of opportunity that's going to lead you towards something that's going to bring you a lot of passion, because you have the Page of Wands here. So this is a new opportunity for throwing yourself into some creative aspect, and it's something that you're going to be introducing. That's kind of a new thing, because the Page is a newness energy, so it's maybe something you're learning or wanting to do, signing up for a hobby or something like that. Now, in your near future card, you have the 6 of Pentacles. I kind of think that this is your card, Libra, but just because that guy is holding a scale of balance, and you're all about balance and harmony. And this is also maintaining a kind and generous spirit, despite life's lemons that are sometimes thrown at you. You know, it's a progressive card though, because you have not only the World, which is closing out of a cycle or a karmic situation, but you have this 5 of Pentacles in your subconscious and the 6 of Pentacles in your upcoming vibe too. So it's progress. You're moving forward here, and that's great to see. Now, in your what's in control for you? What can you do with this? What's in your powerhouse right now, Libra? It's this Ace of Wands. It's this opportunity. So seeing that you can transmute pain from the past and push it into your creative endeavors and write songs about it, just like that It's Okay, I'm Okay song with Tate McRae. That's how she channeled her experience, and or whoever wrote those lyrics, and maybe not necessarily her, but that's how they channeled their experience, and they put it into something that was creative and that helped other people to hopefully transmute their pain, or at least be able to maintain their heart space of understanding. and not shutting themselves off completely. Now, how do people see you in this situation? You have the Queen of Wands. This is a card all about being like a fiery, independent spirit. Maybe you are a cat woman. I don't know. But you are in this mode where you're like working on yourself and you're doing it for yourself. And it's like you don't kind of really care what anybody else thinks. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck because there's a lovely sunflower there. And I just love to see sunflowers in tarot decks because they're just great alchemizers. They can transmute and absorb cytotoxic materials and turn it into something beautiful and kind of clean up the world. So that's why I love that energy. Now, in your hopes and your fears, you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is also progressive because in your challenge you had the Seven of Pentacles. So you're going from 7 to 8. Again, a good thing to see. It's like maybe you're afraid to put in all this work. You're not sure if it's going to be worth the effort, or you had is the juice worth the squeeze? And then you have this card of like you are trying your best to put your time and effort into something that's going to bring tangible rewards. But it's kind of like almost making you fearful because you don't want to waste your time. Like who does? But I do feel like it is a positive energy that I'm getting here. Now, in your potential outcome, you have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man came out first, and then it was clarified by the Ten of Wands. Now, to me, this says not only are you seeing things differently in your future here, it's like you're not letting that burden of the past with this Ten of Wands, you're not carrying that so heavily because you're seeing things from a different angle and different perception, and you're realizing and understanding, Libra, that how people treat you, how people lash out, how people behave is a reflection of how they feel about themselves. And if anybody's being disloyal or dishonest or being deceitful, that's just because they probably have this inner hate of themselves, or so it's tied to some sort of insecurity or an insatiable desire to fill some void within them that they will never fill until they heal whatever's being triggered. And sometimes people will never have enough self-awareness in this lifetime to be able to see things from a different perspective. But you, my dear friend, my Libra, you are. And that's great in your potential outcome here. That's just like a good positive card. So I'm very proud of you, very happy for you, because you're a rare breed. Now, that's what I have for you when it comes to tarot. If you're interested in oracle cards, make sure you stick around. If that's all you needed to hear for now, then make sure you smash that like button because it helps my channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. Now, if you've been seeing deer lately, this is just a synchronicity for you. It says, bring gentleness and grace in every aspect of your life. Sorry, that's hard to read. Sometimes grace and gentleness are hard to do when we're in this Queen of Wands energy, because it's like a fiery, hot, independent mode. And sometimes that means we are tapping in too much to our masculine side, especially if you're feminine. But, energy is fluid. So make sure you take that as it resonates. And, if you're dealing with someone in your energy that's, I don't know, maybe a bit cold or harsh, you might have to constructively tell them that. So it might not be your energy that needs to be gentle. It might be someone else's. So take that as it resonates. Now you have the third eye chakra card, which is cool. Make sure you check out my video on third eye chakras because I can help you clear your pineal gland, which is a tiny crystal structure that's inside of your brain that we all humans carry. And that's scientific fact. Wow. Okay. Now it says faith. So make sure you're maintaining an optimistic perspective on something. Something is tied to fate and faith. You're divinely guided. You're very much so guided. And I do feel like you're exactly right where you're meant to be. It doesn't maybe feel like that sometimes, but I do feel like everything that you're doing is for purpose. Now, you also have the card, your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. So make sure you check out the lunar calendar because there's a lot of shifts happening, especially with this eclipse season with the nodes in certain areas. This other card I have says, my body is a wondrous and magnificent machine, and I feel privileged to live in it. So if you've been battling like body dysmorphia or anything like that, make sure you're also being like consciously aware of your triggers, because sometimes it's hard to see what it is exactly that triggers us, or where things stem from, and we can only really figure that out once we start to do the shadow work and the healing. And yeah, a lot of clarity comes with that. So interesting. Something about amethyst crystals might be significant for you. There's just a lot of purple in that faith card, and it just really looks like it's glowing to me right there. I don't know if you can see that very well with the glare, but something about amethyst crystals and purple, because this was also a purple, very purple card. More purple. You have the sustainer and the ocean. Wow. Okay. Definitely stuff with emotion happening. Lots of major emotional shifts. And it's affecting your 3D world heavily, because you have 4 pentacles in your reading, which is pretty significant when I usually pull like 10 cards. So your inner world is affecting your outer world on a major way, like a major level. The sustainer is it's just a card of, I'm not sure what I'm getting off there. The sustainer. I'm thinking like sustain. Isn't that a guitar thing? First, I don't know why I'm thinking that. The sustainer. I think maybe holding your ground with something. Standing up for yourself and not compromising. Sustaining yourself in some way. I'm not really getting a clear vibe on that, but I do feel like that's just having to do with putting the work in on yourself and not compromising your integrity for someone else. Now, if you're interested in working on your third eye, your intuition, it says, take time to reflect on a situation where you want answers. Where does your intuition lead you? And is there an object in the room or space giving you an answer? Look for words, images, or symbols. Now, sometimes when we see synchronistic numbers, like 1212, which I just saw as I was saying that, it's a sign from our subconscious body, basically telling us to giving us confirmation or validation on something, usually a thought or a feeling or a sensation. So make sure you're paying attention to that. Sometimes people can even feel their auric bodies, because we have different layers of auras, but sometimes we can feel our astral body. That's a better way to put it. And sometimes that might be sending you a message as well. So make sure you're paying attention to that. Wow. Okay. You have a lovely card. You have detachment, which I think ties to this like 5 of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold energy as well. This says you are releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. And I don't feel like you're putting up with anybody's crap, which is great, great, great stuff. Great news, Libra. Very positive. You're not afraid to be alone. And sometimes I think people have to realize, like, sometimes being alone is better than being in a relationship if it's the wrong relationship. And I feel like you're at that point. Now you have number 31, influence. Influence is what moves us, whether that's emotions, inspiration, physical responses, or visiting spirits. Study the power of influence by creating a place in your life to contain it. Good fortune comes from a more feminine way of relating, being open and allowing space for new influences. What influence is active, and what does it draw you towards, and what is its place in your life? And I think this influence might just be this creative passion, this creative idea, this page of wands that's going to maybe inspire you or introduce you to a new hobby, or, put you in a new group of people in a new setting, and just kind of create this open-mindedness and maybe make you see things in a different light than you're used to. And that's just an overall cool thing, because we're here to have life experience and learn a lot of lessons. And I do feel like that's what's happening for you, Libra, as you're shifting out of old chapters into this new life and this new pattern, and you have like a different understanding of yourself and of people. And that's just a great gift in a sense, because not a lot of people are able to find the lesson or the blessing in life, but I do feel like you are. So very positive. Good for you. All right. That's what I have for you, Libra. Hopefully this video helped. If it did, smash that like button. It helps my channel grow. I just saw 444. Make sure you check out that angel number. You are protected. And if you're interested in a one-on-one coaching session, please feel free to reach out. If you're interested in a personalized tarot reading, I can do that as well. And I will see you next time.